Buenos dias, Gunners Collective TV. Back at it, you already know. Like a torta with some bad habits. Bye up, bye up. Is Tommy Gunz really getting active at GameStop where there's a whole bunch of kids around? Let's get to it. Let's get to that intro. Welcome back to the channel, and if you haven't already hit that like and subscribe button, make sure that you go ahead and do that. Put your notification bell on all so that way you're directing the direction of the dope content that I stay kicking, and I appreciate all the support, man. I'm very humbled by it. So a new video has surfaced of the rapper Tommy Gunz, Sur Gang, right? You can tell by the writing on the wall that I'll get active around kids. What the hell is going on? This video has surfaced and it shows Tommy Gunz in a GameStop in Spokane, Washington, getting active, hitting a guy up who's in a red t-shirt who was alleged to be a Norteno or a bulldog Norteno or whatever the case may be. But he's hitting this man up. And if you understand what I'm saying, this man has his daughter with him, his child. Now, if you listen to the video closely, it seems that this man allegedly approached Tommy Gunz first and hit Tommy Gunz up. Now, if he did that with his child present, that is a poop butt move. That's a baboso move. You don't do that with your children. I don't care if you see the opposition and they're banged out and it's a perfect opportunity to do what you got to do. You still don't do that because you have your child. And on the flip side, Tommy Gunz, Sur Gang, what the hell are you doing? What are you thinking? You have a rap career going on, okay? We understand that your whole persona is to play gangster, but that's exactly what you're doing. Play gangster because you're in a place where playing is pretty prevalent, right? GameStop. What the hell was Tommy Gunz doing in the GameStop anyways? The new Madden don't drop for a few more months. This man was at a GameStop in Spokane, Washington. What he was doing in Washington, maybe a performance, maybe he was there for a photo op or to promote a new car wash, whatever he has going on. He definitely took the initiative to pull out a camera. Gangsters don't pull out cameras, okay? Your first instinct should not be to pull out a camera to record the altercation between you and another man. Your first instinct should be get off where you're mad at, not throw gang signs where you're mad at, right? This new era and way of thinking of pulling out the camera for every single altercation can only get you caught up. How do I know? Because I experienced it myself. You know, if you guys recall, I got into an altercation several years back and I pulled out a camera. Now, I wasn't pulling out the camera for the altercation. I was pulling out the camera because there was a car wreck and I was first on the scene and I wanted to see what the hell was going on. So I was recording it for the viewer's pleasure. Now, at the same time, someone got a little lippy and things went south. Sur Gang. You know, and that's just the way it goes. But as I watched this video and the recollection comes in hindsight, and I think how stupid I was because I actually went to jail over my altercation, I'm watching Tommy Gunz slowly but surely throw his career away. I'm watching him slowly but surely antagonize and aggravate situations that he could quickly avoid, that anyone around him with any type of fucking education in Clecha would tell him, hey, bro, now is not the time. Now is definitely not the time to be pulling out a camera and trying to get off or throw gang signs, because all that does is have the reverse effect. Boomerang, Eddie Murphy. It makes you look delirious, right? It makes you look like you're straight up clout chasing. Now, with the differences between the North and the South and the opposition and the fighting and the fussing and the biting and cussing, right? I understand where vatos that finally run into each other are going to feel some type of way. But at the same time, even if that man hit you up on his way into that store with his child, you have to be man enough and gangster enough and understand that that man has a child with them. And at no point in time do you get any gangster fucking brownie points or credits for getting off on a man or disrespecting a man while he's with his child. Now, people are going to say, well, Tommy Gunz didn't do anything. That dude ran up on him. It doesn't matter because he's cussing and aggravating the situation when he sees that man has his daughter right there. Now, that dude is just as stupid as Tommy Gunz is for going out there and trying to gangbang or hit anyone up when your child is with you, period. You're putting your child in danger. What if Tommy Gunz pulled out a little thang? What if that guy pulled out a little thang? We're talking about a GameStop store that's frequented by children, by kids, by adolescents, teens, right? So you don't do that, especially in a store like GameStop, especially around children. To me, neither one of those guys gets credit for that history report. You know, for me, both of those guys should be history. You know, I remember back in the 90s, and a lot of people say, well, Gun, you're stuck in the 90s. It ain't the 90s no more. Yeah, but that's when gangbanging was gangbanging. That's when it was at its pinnacle and its peak, right? That's when there was rules and regulations out there in the streets you abided by that the big homie didn't have to tell you. You just understood and knew. You didn't have to see it in the movie Scarface or Goodfellas. You fucking knew that Al Pacino was a poop butt. You just knew what it was, right? And you understood that if you seen a man with his children or a woman with their children, that altercation right there should never take place, and that was off limits, period. Okay, because you would go back to your neighborhood, and what are you going to do? Oh, yeah, man, I hit that vato up. It was him and his daughter and his little son, man, and I let him have it. What? The fuck you mean you let him have it? Then your homies are going to DP you and let you have it. So nowadays, though, it's camera time, lights, camera, Sur gang, action, right? And you see Tommy Gunz in the video throwing up gang signs, calling the dude a pussy in front of his children and a piece of shit in front of his children. And to me, it's just wow. Okay, wow, right? Because I'm not used to really seeing things like that. You know, I don't see how you could represent something bigger than yourself like Sur or Norte or groups like that have gained a lot of respect. People have died for that respect. They have fought hard for that respect. They've spilled blood and are doing life terms for the respect that entity, that group garnishes and relishes and embellishes out there on the prison yards, right? And on the streets. And you just throw it all away and spit in the hand of the fucking the founding fathers before you when you do something stupid in front of children. It seems like people have this attitude, it doesn't matter anymore. Kids can get it, old people can get it, women can get it. No, they can't. And if they do, you can get it. Stupid. So I think this is a situation that's wishy-washy, and I don't think no one should earn clout. I see a lot of people in the comments like, that's what's up, perro, that's what's up, dog. Hit that buster up, or that's what's up, homie. Stand your ground, because if you see in the video, the Norteno or Bulldog, because right now nobody knows exactly what he is, but you could see him running up towards Tommy Gunz, and you could see the camera backing up. So you don't sit there gangbang, throw up your neighborhood, disrespect the man in front of his children, and then not stand your ground. You don't never back up. If anything, Tommy should have been going forward, but of course that was not the case. You can see by the angle of that camera, there was no writing on that wall, right? That dude backed up. So to me, it's a dude pretending and playing gang member. Okay, and that's expected. That's expected because most of these rappers, most of these guys that do 10 days in the county jail and contemplate dropping out after 10 days, right? To me, it's laughable. It's funny, right? It's, you know, if you guys recall, just a few months ago, Tommy Gunz was in the LA County Jail talking about, oh, man, the homies did me dirty. Oh, man, you know, it's, and now he gets out and it's just full steam ahead, full gangbanging ahead. Anyways, let me explain to you. Living in the state of Washington, you need to understand that there are a lot of Norteños. There are a lot of Southsiders. As you get towards the Seattle area, the Tacoma area, there's going to be a big Sur presence. A lot of Southerners have been in the Seattle area for a very long time. Now, Spokane is mixed. You have Norteños and you have Southsiders, but the majority being Southsiders, but there are Norteños. Now, you go to places like Yakima, and I guarantee if Tommy Gunz was out there in Yakima wiggly, man, it would have been a whole different story. Definitely a different story. That is a place where you don't go unless you're ready, guarded, and protected. Because Yakima, man, reminds me of Salinas. It reminds me of a city that has a big, heavy northern presence. Now, there are Southsiders in the immediate area, right? But it reminds me of a place where you can get got quick. Now, there's also a place out there called Tri-Cities, Kennewick, Pasco, Richland. I've been to all these places throughout Washington, having lived here for several years. I know what it is, right? I know where you can wiggle and you can't wiggle. Obviously, Tommy Gunz doesn't care. He's going to go and do what he does. If he sees a dude wearing a red t-shirt, he's going to throw the writing on the wall, Sur gang, and do his thing. But at the end of the day, that's fine and dandy. Look, the way I feel is if you're gangbanging, if you're in the heart of it, if you're in the midst of it, and someone else is the opposition, well, of course, your first instinct was to run up on him and do a Rambo, jam you a flat blast, both of them. But you didn't want to mess up your $3,700 Lynx coat. So instead, you chilled, pulled out the camera and chilled. That's right. Why are you pulling out a camera? Why are you going at a guy that has a child? Why are you even if that man disrespected you, unless he spit on you or threw fucking hands at you, why are you even acknowledging the existence of a man that's gangbanging in front of his kids? If anything, I would have chuckled, laughed, did the about face and said, look at this cat. This cat's crazy, bro. He thinks he's going to wreck my career or I'm going to get off because he got this kid. You're cool, puto. Don't trip. You're going to see Sur gang later on, right? But instead, immediately pull out the camera and follow this man back into the store, calling him all kinds of poop butts and pieces of shits in front of his child and saying, look at this man hit me up in front of his kids. Well, obviously, bro, the world doesn't need to know that because you're not making the Norte look bad or the Bulldogs look bad. You're making yourself look bad by going back in after that dude with the camera out. Because gangsters don't pull out cameras. Gangsters pull out things or pull these out. That's it. And immediately when you did the crawdad and backed up like a SIBO song, guess what? That video should have been erased immediately. See, these youngsters don't understand the situation, man. They think anytime you're in direct opposition of the opposition, right? Any little back and forth is like, cool. Oh, man, I'm a gangster. Look, I seen this dude and I hit him up. I seen this dude and I followed him into the store with his kids. No, that's nothing good as any OG will tell you, damn, bro, why you even release that shit? You look stupider than he does. Especially when the man decides to run up and throw a slap at you and you back up about 5 feet. That is not cool. Look, I like Tommy Gunn's music. You know what I'm saying? It's like reading a Green Eggs and Ham book, but having it read to you over an Alexa, right? No, Alexa, leave the lights on. You know, it's just one of them things that I rather enjoy it, man. It's like I want to hear the next thing he's going to say, you know, especially when he said, the doctor told me when I was born I was supposed to be a girl. Well, maybe the doctor had it wrong, right? Maybe you did come out with feminine traits because it's definitely a feminine trait, homie, to go in there and run up on a guy who has his children. It's just not gangster, you know? And it's crazy to watch the reaction of the internet, of social media, to see what people are saying. You know, you got a lot of people saying this, a lot of people saying that, but more so people are agreeing with me and they're in the same, they're on the same page in the same book, right? And it's that you don't do that, man. Not when there's children present. You don't go into what the fuck are you doing in a GameStop anyways? What are you doing in a GameStop, homie? You know what I'm saying? You're supposed to be a hardcore gang member, carrying things, getting caught busted with straps on you. You know what I'm saying? Doing time in the LA County jail, wiggling, calling people out. You know what I'm saying? They're doing whatever you're doing. I'll fuck your baby mama and all kinds of shit. Keep your baby mama hidden from me, you know? And you're in a GameStop in Spokane, Washington. Was that the only thing that was popping that night? Go hit up Dick's in fucking Seattle and go get you a burger or something. You know, because me and Kid Sensation, we're on our way from home in the black Benz limo with the cellular phone. Go over there, do something. You know, people sleep on Washington. But I'm here to tell you, man, the gang presence is thick and heavy. And the Norteños and the Southsiders, man, it's kind of just like upstate, right? The upstaters in Northern California and the Norteños, man, have been going at it for decades and years. I know because I participated at a high level with that, with them shenanigans, right? It's now in Washington pretty thick, man. There's a lot of North and South incidences. This definitely ain't one for the books. The only reason this is even getting spoke on is because this dude, Tommy Gunz, put it on the internet. Look, homie, I caught this chap slipping. No, he didn't. Seems to me like he caught you slipping. You just caught a man with children and decided to record him. That's crazy. That's crazy work, right? And I'm not picking one side over the other because the Norteño, if it was a Norteño or a Bulldog, it doesn't matter, right? Red is red. But whatever the fuck he was stupid as fuck too. Like your kids are right there, bro. Hey, let that man say what he's got to say. Hey, take that one on the chin, homie. But realize and recognize, even if he puts you all in the internet and says he punks you, man, think of what the danger you're putting your kids in. What happens if you get in a fight with this guy, cops get called and you get arrested? Your kids are right there. Who's going to take them? One of your baby mamas? Because you know they got two different mamas more than likely, right? What are you going to do? You have to think. You always have to be aware and understand and read the room and know that, hey, you can't just fucking gang bang and all that. You were in the dumbest motherfucker on earth for even hitting this dude up. If you see this dude, this is what I do. Shh. Oh, shit, man. Call the baby mommy. Come pick the kids up quick, man. I need to get off where I'm at. I finally got one. I got me one, right? But instead, no. This man wants to hit Tommy Gunz up, allegedly, because this is what Tommy said on video. Again, on video, where if something would have happened, if something would have got pulled out, law enforcement had the video. Now the video's out there. Now you're running around hitting people up and say, look at, oh, I'm running up on these dudes. No, he ran up on you. First of all, he hit you up, then he ran up on you. All you did was follow him inside the GameStop and call him a piece of shit in front of his kids and around a whole bunch of civilians that had nothing to do with nothing. They're just trying to get the new Mortal Kombat. But there was no Mortal Kombat. There was one guy running up and another guy backing up. Look, you know what I mean? Sood gang, right? Nah, bro, you're not Sood gang. I'm going to be honest with you, man. I ain't never seen Sood gang back up. I seen dudes that thought they were back up, but I ain't never seen no real Sureños or Southsiders back it up. And first and foremost, let me also say this. You know, I see Tommy Gunz running around talking about, I'm a Sureño. No, you're not. I hate to burst your bubble, man. Respects and shit. No disrespect, but you're not, bro. You're a Southsider, homie. There's a big difference. Okay? You should know by now. I still see them hollering it in the songs. I'm just tripping like, these vatos just don't know. They're not educated enough. And don't blame most of the big homies that don't educate me. It's this, that. Nah, that's on you, bro. The big homies didn't have to tell me shit. I already knew. If you see someone with your kids, you don't get at them. They're with their kids, man. Let that go. We'll catch you another time. That says straight up. Don't trip. You got it. You know, oh, but he's in my neighborhood. So what, motherfucker? You know what I'm saying? Catch him next time. He'll be in your neighborhood again if he has balls. If he does it, then bam, who's the biggest poop butt? That's how we used to think, right? Anyways, I see people going crazy in the internet. Oh, man, Tommy Gunz a real one. Look, bro, out there in Washington, man, in that particular area of Washington, Spokane, Washington, right? The gangbanging is real. Yakima is real. Where I live at, it's unreal, right? It's just cool. But over there, it's real. And I'm telling you guys right now, man, people sleep on Washington, Nortenos, Bulldogs, and there is a big influx of Bulldogs in that area, especially out there in Spokane. That's why when people were taking to the internet and saying that was not a Norteno, but a Bulldog, because if you listen, he said the word dog a few times, which Nortenos don't say the word dog. Southsiders and Bulldogs say the word dog, right? So when he said the word dog, and people were like, he's a Bulldog, he could have been, because there's a big influx of a Bulldog clique from Fresno out there called RTL, Ruthless Thug Life, that have moved out there to the Spokane area, and they're starting to get traction in numbers. That's the truth. That's facts, right? So he could have been, but either way, that's still in opposition of the South. And is Tommy Gunz right for gang banging and getting mad wherever he gets off? Well, I mean, when you're a gang member, that's kind of the thing, right? Get off where you're mad at. If you see the ops, it's green light, it's go at all times. Unless they're with kids, or unless you got to, like I said, read the room. If you're in an old folks home and the motherfucker's visiting his grandfather and you're visiting yours, why the fuck you going to give everyone a heart attack, right? You got to understand how to play the game. And it seems like nowadays a lot of these youngsters have lost the art of the war, the art of how to play the game. And now I know there's going to be some gangster motherfuckers out there that say, oh, it don't matter, homie. Anyone can get it. Yeah, okay. Say that when they're life flighting you off the fucking yard. Just say that, because you're right. Anyone can get it, including you. I think this is a situation where both these dudes were in the wrong, not just Tommy Gunz. You know, Tommy Gunz was stupid as fuck for pulling out the phone. Yes, he was. But he's not the only one. F that Norteno Bulldog / fucking, I don't know what he was, went inside and did hit Tommy Gunz up. You're just as fucking bad. In fact, you're worse than Tommy Gunz. Tommy Gunz is stupid for pulling out the camera and putting shit on film for law enforcement, right? But that dude is stupid for even fucking, and then when Tommy Gunz tells him, hey, you got to look at this fool. He got his kids in front of his kids, because Tommy Gunz, he had the wherewithal. He had enough knowledge that you can't get in college to understand that man had his children. So he recognized that man had his children. So when you're walking in the store calling him a piece of shit, you understand he has his kids. He thought he was putting them on blast by saying, look, he even has his kids. He's a sucker, man. He's a sucker. He hit me up with his kids. See, Tommy Gunz knew enough to understand this dude's a sucker for hitting me up with his kids. Because, yes, you are a sucker if you hit someone up and you have your children too. Because now it's you putting your children in a dangerous position, right? So, yes, Tommy Gunz was right about that. But why continue following him in the store? And when dude runs up on you, why back up? Maybe you wanted to get a better shot at the situation for the grama, I don't understand, man. But to me, the only ones that ever did that was vatos that were on gramos. Just saying. Anyways, with that being said, let me know what you guys think. Did Tommy Gunz put it down for the Sur gang? Or did he just record a fucking dude trying to slap him and him backing up in front of children? Like I said, man, I'm not picking no sides, but I think both these guys were stupid as fuck in my estimate of the situation. That's just it. Thumbs up or thumbs down. Heavy's going to be the head that wears the crown. I'm going to continue to strive, struggle for what I truly believe in, and that's the betterment of all people. I'll tell you guys this, man. This newer generation is letting me down when it comes to gangbanging. Not all of them, because some of them got clecha. But dudes like this, people say, oh, that homie, that's the homie. That's the homie? In our era, he wouldn't even be close. North or south. Not even close. This video is sponsored by Vario Liquors out there in Turlock, California. If you're ever in the area, man, go smash through Turlock and go get you something cool to drink at the Vario. Also by Sticks and Stones Yard Service in Arizona. Google the homeboy, look him up, and if he's in your direct and immediate area, he'll come and hook you up with that yard fade. He got you. The old homie fade. The high fade. Bang, bang.